Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Tonight, we culminate pivotal Week 14 with a great Monday night matchup between the New York Giants and the Cleveland Browns. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. That one, a first down pickup of 8. The Browns at 500 hit 6 and 6, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
They'll try the air now with Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this throw will be intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Giants are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Now that last run good enough to have him surpass for his career, get this folks, 12,000 rushing yards.
And how about this? You're in shouting distance now of the top 10 all-time rushers in NFL history. And in short order now, you've got Thurman Thomas, Franco Harris, Marcus Allen, and Edgerrin James right ahead of you. He can zoom past them with just a few more carries.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 21. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And the Giants are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Not a whole lot there on first and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. His pass caught at the 4. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. And Mahomes is going to keep it. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Patrick Mahomes scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Giants take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that. And they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's first and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here's second and 10 now from the 29. Mahomes now to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. And this one too low.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
7 yards there and a first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want, and other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Trying to drop it in there, but it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. But one thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Mahomes. This is caught. Touchdown, Giants. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Giants have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but The way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. Vision and speed, two of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. 68 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. They'll run on first down. Randolph. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Giants are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And the win last week, punted 4 times as this one's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Trying to lay one up deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Sauce Gardner picks it off. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
But these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. 30, the 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD. And gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Extra point splits the uprights, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now here's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And again, it's Mahomes. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's taken on the 25. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Watson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Watson now to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to look deep down the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. On first down, Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, and talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said. And they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On second down now, Randolph, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They run the counter. Randolph, 88 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
They'll keep it on the ground. Randolph, and not much running room. Down to the 32. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
On first down, Boston. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now a handoff up the middle. Boston. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with second and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Throwing on second and long. Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll get it inside the 20, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Up the middle they go. Boston. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Still 9 remaining on second down. Beltran to left side. Randolph. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Touchdown! An 18-yard touchdown Brown. And the Browns are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Giants have moved out in front. Extra point by Butker is on target. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Brian Burns in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Boston. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Azeez Ojulari there on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Leonard. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Up the middle they go. Boston. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Watson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Touchdown, Browns. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying this game here on the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. The extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the 4th. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there at 22.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
They'll keep it on the ground. Randolph. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 105 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Randolph. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll try the left side. Boston. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Watson now to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Browns send out their punter now. standing just outside his own goal line. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Here's Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Mahomes. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mahomes. Going deep for Walker. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4th-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mahomes. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. First things first here. They got to pick up the 1st down.
And remember, it is 4th down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to win the football game. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the 4th quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big 2nd half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the 2nd half, and that led them to victory.